Oh my gosh, that hair. If you guys can't see, Bob Ross back there has his own set of hair right now. I was out doing some errands and I was at a yard sale. And it's actually like a 90s big hair band wig. It's black and it has frizzy bangs and it goes down to the middle of my back. My husband was like, "That is so horrific." And I'm like, "It's gonna make such a great Halloween costume." I'm gonna do like striped muscle shirt with maybe some bright red pants and some cuff boots or something. I'll figure something out. But for now, Bob Ross is wearing my wig for me. That's actually not what I came here for. This is Shannon Miller with Cleaning Business Life, and I wanted to talk about Kylie Jenner. I don't know if you heard in the news lately, but Kylie Jenner herself has been sued by two, not one, but two separate housekeepers. And what the story is, because I did a little digging, is Kylie Jenner's house, I guess, is a very large business operation, and they hired a third-party entity who hires these people in for the house. And what is interesting about this case is that there is this house manager who is not a good manager of humans, it appears, and has caused two of her housekeepers to sue Kylie because she's ultimately responsible. And she's supposed to be the leader on this whole thing. And I guess there was some retaliation going on. So they actually initially suspended the house manager. And then when the house manager got back, there was going to be hell to be paid. So, I want to make sure that I say all the legal jargon first because I don't want to get in trouble because this is still in the process of the court system. I did not dig in anything. I just based my information off of what is being seen on the internet right now. It's not like the Richard Conkin where I went to the actual court case for the state in the county of the state of Kentucky and I looked, right? So let me just put that out there. So I don't want anyone going, "You're giving misinformation." So two housekeepers, same household, the allegations against the house manager and Kylie Jenner about being blatantly ignorant of the whole situation is exactly the same. So there's a pattern, right? One says she wrote a letter directly to the owner asking for help and things didn't get better. So it's pretty bad when your employees, whether contracted or not, are reaching out to you saying, giving you notes like, "Please help me. This person is being really mean and calling me names and teasing me." And I mean, it was just really inappropriate behavior. And I want to make sure that I say this. These are still in the allegation stage. So there hasn't been any formal charges pressed, but it is going through the court system is my understanding. I haven't been able to find any document of that in the court system where this incident has happened. So there's no court rulings, and I'm not here to attack anyone, but we're here to talk about what business owners can learn from situations like this. And this is just like, can you imagine the similarities of how sometimes clients treat other cleaning business owners or cleaning techs? There's a lot of like parallels. So I thought this would make an interesting story. So two separate lawsuits filed within a very short window of time. Claims include harassment, discrimination, labor violations, retaliation, criticism, mimicking, name calling. I mean, you name it, it has been done according to the lawsuits. So there's the owner, there's the house manager / supervisor, and there is the worker. The owner usually isn't the one shaping the daily experience, but they are responsible for the system that allows it. So if, God forbid, this were to happen in real life in your situation, in management, it always trickles down from the top. I always have to remind people, I'm like, if your employees are acting badly, this is a reflection of your management style. Please do something about it, right? So, and there's the manager layer too. And this is where things actually happen. So you as the owner, your manager is maybe responsible for the day-to-day operations, and they're ultimately responsible for the cleaning techs, or in this case, the housekeepers. So there's a chain of command. So there's day-to-day control, task assignments, tone, and treatment, and I would like to believe that everyone would be fair and kind. As we all know, housekeeping is not an easy task to do on a day-to-day basis. It's very physical. And your managers don't just manage tasks, they're managing the culture. So in this particular house, it doesn't sound like the culture is very good. So when you're thinking of your own business, how is your company culture? I say this a lot to people. They're like, well, I'm not getting this or this or this. I'm like, what's your company culture like? Right? Because it does trickle down from the top. One housekeeper claims she wrote directly to the owner, one of the housekeepers, and positioned as a last attempt for help. So basically, she handed over a letter to Kylie. Kylie didn't do anything about it, is my understanding. This is just an assumption. Hasn't been documented, so I don't want anyone to go, oh, she didn't say that. When someone bypasses management and goes straight to the top, something has already broken. And I think she felt that she couldn't go to management because the management was the one who was ridiculing you. I can tell you tons of bad management experiences in every industry because I've held a lot of jobs, like really inappropriate things that were said or implied or done to me. And I'm just like, ooh, right? So make sure that you're providing a good company culture and that if there's a problem that you are made aware of it. What do they call those in the government? Whistleblowers. So this is where your voice comes in. And I also had the thought, a lot of people probably have. And, you know, why did this person stay? These are long-term employees of Kylie Jenner's house. And so why would you want to stay in a situation like that? Like, I know there's bills, and I know you got kids to feed, and I know there's this and that, but if it's really horrific, it's like survivor instinct has to kick in, right? And if there's bills, financial pressure, there's fear and vulnerability. Like, will there be backlash and a consequence? I've had that happen to me in management where I said something and there was a huge consequence for it. It happens. And you're keeping your fingers crossed and you hope that things are going to improve, but you're not quite sure. And this all stems from, guess what? Lack of culture, lack of structure and support. So your cleaning tech should know that they should be able to go to management. And if management isn't able to resolve their issue, going to the owner. The conversation I had in the podcast the other day was, sometimes people just want to hear your voice. They really have no intention of carrying it any further than just saying, I just wanted you to hear what I had to say. Even though you pay for a manager to do your thing for you, sometimes, and I guess maybe it's my small town mentality, sometimes people just want to talk to the top. So make sure people know the path of how to get their problems resolved, because we all know that it's an investment, each employee, right? I'm not talking about 1099s. That's a whole different story because they're not employees ever. So there's the part that matters the most for cleaning business owners. If someone feels like writing a letter to the owner is their last option, think about that. This poor person probably was just like, I guess I'm going to quit because there's nothing that's going to be done. And I'm tired of being tormented. Can you imagine having to show up to work 5-6 days a week where someone doesn't like you and just makes your life miserable? I've been there. It just, you're like, I hate it. I hate it. It's like having a bad client, right? I hate it. It doesn't matter how much you're paying me. I hate it. So your system has failed long before that moment. Gotta switch my notes. And this is where small problems turn into huge legal ones. So I don't know if they'll settle out of court. I'll kind of poke around to see if I can find if there's an actual court case. It has to be logged and all that other process of going through the court system. But it just doesn't happen in celebrity homes. It happens in everyday cleaning businesses too. So make sure that you're doing things legally and that you're understanding. You hear me talk about it. I probably mentioned it at least 100 times on my soapbox. is, especially when it comes to termination, never shame anyone. Never. It's already awkward and awful, and more than likely they know it's coming. But give people the opportunity to have as much dignity as possible when unpleasantness happens. And sometimes they just want to be heard. And you can't outsource leadership. This person who was the house manager at Kylie Jenner's house doesn't sound like she had a lot of management skills. Maybe sometimes people who get in management are like the leftovers from the summer help. You know how that goes, right? They just survive summer after summer after summer, and they've just been there so long. They kind of know how things work, but they have absolutely no people or management skills. And they're like, I've worked in many restaurants like that. Like, oh, this is just awful. So you cannot outsource leadership. Distance doesn't always give you protection. And managers must be verified. And being a good manager means that you're supporting. You're on the bottom of the triangle and you're supporting the top. It's not the other way around where I am the manager and you are going to listen to what I have to say. So if you bring someone into the chaos, all you've done is duplicate the chaos. I say that a lot, and it's true. Your business runs on what you tolerate, not what you intend. And this episode isn't about whether the allegations are true. That's up to the courts, but I will be following. This is about what happens when leadership gets too far removed from the people doing the work. And I don't think Kylie Jenner really has an idea of what is going on in her household. It could be that she travels. It could be that she's relying on this house manager who doesn't sound like she's a good management material type person. There could be a lot of things going on. But when you're not being informed of Kylie Jenner must have been shocked, I'm assuming. Or maybe she wasn't. We'll find out, right? So, you don't have a staff problem, you have a leadership visibility problem, and your systems are speaking whether you are or not. So, we'll stay tuned. I guess I'll get an update on what happens with the two housekeepers. Yeah, that's what I have to say about the Kylie Jenner and the tale of two housekeepers. I'll keep you guys posted. And if you haven't gotten the opportunity to check out the move out cleaning system, which is on my website, cleanfreaksuniversity.com, that's clean with a K, please do so. It's been totally revamped and updated. And it's a move out cleaning system. I got 20,000 of these bad boys underneath my belt, and I would like to think I've learned a thing or two. Of course, it has my infamous contract that has been used over 20,000 times, and it's even been to court a couple of times. So I look forward to your questions. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And I love all of you. Mwah, mwah. Take care.